Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. Today I've got something really important to talk about which will help you take your business to the next level. Now remember, this is my startup series. We're talking specifically about early stage companies and maybe even before that. Maybe even you have an idea and you want to start a company but you haven't actually done it yet. That's what this segment is for. I'm Dr. Mark Lane. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about product selection and picking the product to use in your company, or perhaps adding new companies, new products to your existing company. First, if you're just starting out, a lot of times you have a tendency where you go, you know what, I love bicycling, so I'm just going to go and my new company is going to be around that. Or I love this particular craft, or I have some hobby and I want to start a business in that hobby. Now, I understand your thinking. It's a great idea the way you're thinking, because if you have a passion for something, you're going to be more likely to want to spend the time and try, and your enthusiasm will carry over. But I have to warn you, many of the hobby-based businesses, it's really hard to make a living from those hobby-based business. So at the beginning, I want you to cool your jets for a minute and don't go full bore into a hobby-based business until we've carefully thought about all the options and make sure that that's a good choice for you. I would hate for you to have a young company or launch a company and then you fail because of poor product selection in the beginning. So for now, I'm going to say if you want to start something and you want to do a hobby-based business, let's say no. Let's hold off on that until we have done a lot more research and made sure that this will work for us. Your business purpose, we talked about this in the last episode, but one of the ways to ensure your success is to solve problems for people. If you solve other people's problems, they will pay you for you doing that. And the bigger the problem, the more they will pay you, the more lucrative your reward will be, the easier the sale will be. So when you're forming your business or when you're launching a new product, be thinking about how can I solve problems for people. Now, can I form a business or have a product around just entertainment or things like that? Sure. But this is a surefire path to success. If you solve people's problems, they will pay you. There's three parts to this. One, you have to have the product. Two, you have to have the audience that is looking for that product. Remember that audience, we want that audience to have a problem that they're looking to solve, and that they have the money that they will be willing to pay you for solving their problem. So we have the product, we have the audience, and then we need to connect you. That's where I help a lot of businesses, is connecting the products with the people that want to buy that product, or helping you pick a better product to easier connect to that. So we need a product, we need to find our audience for that product, and we need to connect those two things together. Here's some ideas for you to launch a new product, or maybe if you're just starting your business. Here's some hot markets that I want you to think about. Consider launching your product into one of these markets. If it's a hot market, it's a little easier for you to get mind share and sales. Some of the hot markets are the health market. That could include things that are weight loss products, workout products, healthy eating diets. I know that you've seen tons of things pitched in these areas. Walk through your grocery store, look at any of the ads that you're seeing. You'll see huge numbers of things in this area. And another thing about these areas that I'm going to talk about right here, health included, many products that you could launch, you could do. They don't require enormous skills or enormous patents or enormous research to launch a product in some of these spaces. Now, if you want to jump into autonomous self-driving cars, that requires a whole skill level set that the average person wouldn't have. But launching a health-related product, that's a much more accessible market for you. So the health is one of the categories where you could definitely consider launching a product, either online or a physical product. Next, wealth. Lots and lots and lots of people are more than happy to make more money or save money, and they will pay you for that privilege. You teach them how to make more money, they will pay you. So some of the things to think about here, some sort of investing product, some technique that you've developed or you have an idea for that will help people make more money, some technique that you have that will help people save money, or some way to increase sales. Lots and lots of businesses out there are more than happy to pay you to help them increase their sales. So another category is the wealth category. Think of a product in this section. This is a really hot area. Another section, relationships. Who doesn't want a better relationship? If you're single, you may want companionship. If you're in a relationship, you may want a better relationship. So some product ideas here, and I know you've seen millions of these things. Dating products, self-help products. There's a virtually unlimited supply of self-help related products. Business skills, teaching people to improve their skills. This is another really hot area where you can carve out an area, a niche for yourself. Hobbies. Now I know I said in the beginning, ignore the hobby section, but I want to throw this in there because there is a space here, but you need to think very carefully about what you're offering. So some of the hobbies might be photography. So maybe you have a photographic product that will enable people to use their camera more easily. Or I noticed that one of the products that I paid attention to recently was when you're plugging in your battery connector to some of the big pro batteries that I use, some of the connectors can be put in upside down. And if you put that camera power adapter, you plug it in upside down, guess what? It fries your equipment. So they made an adapter that will prevent that from happening. They solved a problem, people killing their equipment, and they're making money off of that product. So crafts, artistic things, any of these sorts of things might be an area where you could introduce a product and carve out an area for yourself. But be careful because a lot of these areas have a low barrier to entry. Lots of people can come in and compete with you once they see that you're having some success. And I want you to have long-term success, not just short-term success. To recap, I want you to focus on solving people's problems because if you solve their problems, they will pay you for it. I want you to find that audience, and that audience should be looking for a solution to this type problem. They should have money that they can use to pay for this, and hopefully they're actively looking for a solution to their problem. That makes it easier for you to close that deal. And then connect. How do I connect with them? And that would take many, many, many hours to talk about that, but we have lots of things to say in that area too. So, and then the hot market. So we talked about health and wealth and self-help and the hobby-related areas. There's lots and lots of areas that you could focus on. But hopefully this is some food for thought for you today because I want you to take that idea and grow it into something successful or take your company and grow it into a bigger one. Until next time, thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to help.